Aryan, Jyoti, Arvind, Nagarjuna Gowda, Nagaraj Gowda. Okay. Gold, very good. While answering, you can unmute. Coal, very good. Varun, okay. Silver, okay. Okay, after that, what is man-made materials which
So
are
that is
made by
made by
you? Very good, which are
man.
made by man. Okay, chair. Okay, which material that is chair?
Wood, sir.
Wood, or sometimes it is a plastic or steel, right? Table, okay. Okay, after that we studied about very important properties of metals, and what are those very important properties? There are mainly two categories of properties. One is a physical property. Second one is
Chemical property.
chemical properties. Very good. What is physical property?
Sir, the outside layer
We
or
can,
the hard layer.
very good. We can judge the by seeing that appearance. That is the physical properties, by touching, by seeing, or by direct. We can eye contact. We can touch that one. That is the physical property. What is chemical properties?
Which can't be touched.
Chemical properties, man. Sorry, Aryan. Chemical property is nothing but when metals react with the chemicals, what will happen? That is the chemical properties. Right? What are the physical properties? We studied about around 8 to 9 physical properties yesterday. Can we recall what are those? Yesterday I said that I've asked the questions, right? Okay, what are the physical properties?
Some malleable
Okay.
ductility,
Very good. Then,
conductivity, conductivity,
very good.
sonorous,
Sonorous, very good. Okay.
lustrous, and melting.
Very good. Is we studied about tensile strength?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tensile strength. After that, we studied about compressive strength. Then color. Okay. Can you hear this sound? Which material it is?
Steel, sir.
Okay. Steel. Very good. Can you identify this one?
Plastic.
Plastic, sir.
Plastic. Okay. What about this one? Don't say again it is a plastic and steel. It is a rubber. Rubber it is. Okay. Very good. Which property that is? Which property that is?
So sonorous,
Physical, very good. Physical. In that physical property, which property it is? It is a sonorous or lustrous?
sonorous, sir.
Sonar.
Sonorous, sir.
Okay, very good. Where we require this sonorous?
To hear sound, sir.
To hear sound or to manufacturing of musical instruments, we require the sonorous property, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is all of you seen the guitar? That is very good. Is all of you seen the guitar? Yes, okay. Jyoti, Varun, Nagaraj Goda is saying yes. Okay. The what are the strings? Which string? The strings are made up of which material that is? Guitar strings. Tail horse, it is wrong, man. Who is that? Chetan Hiremat, it is wrong. It is not tail horse. It is again stainless. Sometimes it is a mild steel, or sometimes it is the aluminum wires they will use. That is the guitar strings. When what about these bells we will use in while doing the puja?
Metal, sir.
Which metal that is? Whether it is a ferrous metal or non-ferrous metal?
Ferrous metals.
How many of you said it's ferrous metal? Nagaraj Gowda, Varun, Jyoti. Okay. What about others? Arvind, Chetan, Srilata. Arvind also saying this is a metal. Which metal that is? Ferrous metal you are saying, right? Okay, actually it is non-ferrous metal. Is your that bell is get corroded? ಮನೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವತ್ತಾದ್ರೂ ಕರೋಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನೋಡಿದಿರ ನೀವು? ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ? Then it means it is a non-ferrous metal. It is a bronze or it is a bell metal. It is a composition of copper and tin. It is non-ferrous metal. What is ferrous metal?
Which
can't be
contains
corroded,
maximum
sir.
amount of iron.
Okay, which contains iron as well as sometimes it contains carbon. Okay, we'll study after that is carbon and details. It mainly contains iron as their main constituent material, right? If any metal contains iron, it is easily catches the corrosion as well as rusting property. To overcome these problems, they will use always the whatever the puja material in adavalla, ella they are made up of the non-ferrous metals. Even murtis, statues, they are made up of the help of the non-ferrous metals. Almost ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರಾಂಜ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಅದ್ರ ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಪರ್ ಚೆರಿಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ
Yes,
copper
sir.
bottle, copper. Why they will use copper as a storing of water? What is the reason? Why not other metals?
It has the many health benefits.
Sorry,
It has health benefits.
good benefits means what? What kind of good benefits? I think all of you seen that Kent advertise, right?
Yeah, sir.
Kent advertise all bardilla. Nowadays Kent is made up of copper. What is the reason?
We will be healthy, sir.
What is the reason why it is called as healthy?
Or it pures the water. It pures
Yeah,
water.
actually, very important thing is the when we store the water in copper bottles, what will happen? It will absorb the whatever the bacteria present inside that water, as well as it will act as it will give some positive energy to the waters. Hence, always the whatever the storing of the water in puja munde ಏನು ಇರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ, it is made up of the copper material. Even ಗುಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗುಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಾಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತದ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಹೋದ್ರು. And it is always coated with the gold paint edu kuditare gudiಗೆ. What is the reason? Why they not paint other colors? Why they always coated with the
attractive.
gold? Sorry,
Looks attractive, sir.
attraction. Sorry, actually gold is a good absorber of heat and it will give some positive energy to the mind. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜರುಗಳು ಏನ್ ಹಾಕೋತಿದ್ರು, ಬರೀ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕೋತಿದ್ರು ಅವಾಗ. It is not for aesthetic look. Actually, gold absorb the body heat. Body ಒಳಗೆ heat ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಇದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. Gold, silver, copper, they absorb the heat. Even sometimes cotton material, it will absorb the heat. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಕಾಪರ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್, ಕಾಪರ್ ನೆನಪ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ರಾಜಾರ. ಸೈನಿಕರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಹಾಕೋತಿದ್ರು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಹಾಕೋತಿದ್ರು. Other than after coming years ಏನಾಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಕಾಟನ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಕತ್ತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. The reason is it will absorb the heat. But nowadays trend is changed. The entire material property is changing. You can see that smart materials. You can heard this one, smart material. You heard this smart materials? Okay, smart material is nothing but, I think one advertisement is come than coffee. When we add the hot coffee, it will changes the color. When we add the cold coffee, again it will changes the color. Did you seen this advertise?
No, sir.
Okay. Whenever the normal condition that coffee mug is color is changed, when we add the hot coffee, it will change that color to red. When we add the cold coffee, it will changes the color to green. That is the property of the material. One more very important property, that is the composition of the material. We will study this later in the later section in the 9th and 10th standards about the smart materials. I think all of you seen dual shaded shirt.
Yes, sir.
That is also one of the smart material example. In morning, we see that material, it will changes the color. ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕಲರ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದ ಶರ್ಟ್, ನೈಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ಕಲರ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದ, ಬಿಸಿಲು ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದ, ನೆಳಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಈ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದವನ. ದಟ್ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಒಳಗೂ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್, but cost is different for this material because manufacturing of this material is very difficult, hence the cost also varies, right? These are the physical properties, colors. After that we studied about chemical properties, right? In that we studied about the metals react with oxygen and materials react with the water. What will happen when the metal reacts with oxygen? What will happen? I have shown some figures yesterday that that is a silencer pipe is reacted with the carbon dioxide coming out from the vehicle.
Rusting, sir.
It is rust. Very good, Aryan. It's good. It is a rust property. What about one more? When your metals reacts with water, what will happen? What will happen when metal react with the water? What is the product? Even also we see that figure yesterday. The water tap is the best example for this one. And geyser pipes, the best example, right? It is get corroded. There is a difference between corrosion and rust. The corrosion mainly takes place when the metal react with the oxygen. That is a rusting property. We can see this in the silencer pipe of the vehicles. Bike ಒಳಗೆ ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸರ್ ಪೈಪ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತೆ. ಅದು ಪೌಡರ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಪೌಡರ್ ಟೈಪ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ಪೌಡರ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್. When it is reacted with the water, it is get a piece wise. Water tap ನೋಡಿ piece ಆಗಿ ಬೀಳ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಿ. That is the example, water. Then today we'll start one more very important properties of the metal, that is when the metal react with acids and when metal reacts with the base. Okay, up to this any doubts for anyone? Okay, and I think in first class I said about we have to search in that is metalloids. Example for metalloids, metals and non-metals I said. After that metalloids I asked what is metalloids. Okay, tomorrow we have to answer for this question. What are the which materials are considered as metalloids? Okay, today we'll move to the our very important topic, that is the metals react with acids and base. Okay. This is the figure we seen yesterday, right? The reaction of metals with oxygen. You can see this figure. This is a silencer pipe. Then after that we study about reaction of metals with water. This is the water taps. You can see this is the water tap, and inside the water tap it is get rusted, it is corroded. We can see here it is getting piecewise, and this is also the best example for the water react with the metals. Which material it is? By looking the color, which material it is? We can see this color.
Copper, sir.
Copper or brass. These are the best example. It is almost it is a combination. Copper is the main material and brass is the composition of the copper. This is the copper. Very good. Actually, okay, wait just a minute. Okay, today we'll start the reaction of metals with the dilute acids. Okay, what will happen generally when the metals react with the acids? It will liberate a hydrogen gas. For example, we can see this. Sodium is a non-metal. Just a minute. Sodium is the non-metal. This one is again a non-metal. When it is react with the HCl, what will happen? It will produce a sodium chloride with H2 gas. The H2 gas is such a gas, it will easily catches the fire. Hence, it is easily catches the fire. We can conduct the experiment by using a simple experiment. It is, first we have to take a beaker. In that we have to add hydrochloric acid, that is the HCl. After that we have to add the metals. I am taking the metal here, the zinc. After adding, what will happen? The zinc react with the HCl solution. It will form the zinc chloride and it will liberate a hydrogen gas. The hydrogen gas readily catches the fire. Then we can confirm that it is a reaction takes place. The metals reacts with the acids. This you can see the figure here. This one is the silver. It is reacted with the acid. You can see the color is also changing. When the metal react with the acids, it will changes their color. Luster property will get changed. Well, you can see here also. Is this a copper metal? We are adding a copper metal inside the test tube. It is contains HCl. What will happen? It will changes their color because it get started reacting with the metals. We will show some small video about this activity.
We're going to demonstrate a single displacement reaction with zinc and hydrochloric acid. What you need is that you need a stand, a test tube holder, a test tube that's going to be inverted, a funnel that we're actually going to use as an inverted funnel as well, and an Erlenmeyer. So the first step we need to do is that we're going to use some zinc metal, and what I have is just a little bit of zinc. We're going to pour a little bit into my Erlenmeyer flask. And that's good enough. And after that, I'm going to close my lid. And right now, for this hydrochloric acid, I have a pre-diluted 3 molar solution of hydrochloric acid. So I think you want to use at least 3 molar or 6 molar. If you have more diluted versions of about 0.1 or 1 molar, you will still have a reaction, but it's really, really slow. So I would recommend at least a 3 molar. So I'm going to pour some of my hydrochloric acid in here. And once I'm done pouring, this is going to carry out a single displacement reaction, meaning that hydrogen gas is going to be produced. So after that, I'm going to put this inverted funnel in, put it into my test tube, and since hydrogen gas is lighter than air, it will actually go to the top and it will not sink down. Okay, and that's how we collect it. So right now I have the zinc in this Erlenmeyer flask, and all I need to do is to pour this hydrochloric acid in. So you might be wondering, how much of this hydrochloric acid do I need to put in? I would say about 40 to 50 milliliters. You just have to pour enough to have a reaction to produce that hydrogen gas from the single displacement reaction. So I'm just going to pour about here. And once I finish pouring, this is going to start bubbling because that's going to be our reaction. And I'm going to shake it a little bit, put my inverted funnel into my test tube, and keep shaking. And you can see that there is a lot of bubbles being produced. So I'm just going to let this reaction occur for a couple minutes just to get enough hydrogen gas into this test tube. So right now what's happening is that in single displacement reaction, the hydrogen gas is actually being produced and it's going to go in and store in this test tube. Why it's stored in this test tube again is that because hydrogen gas is actually lighter than air, so it's not going to sink down. So it's going to be around here, it's not going to flow up because this test tube is going to capture it, and now we're just going to have to wait. And to test the hydrogen gas, we're going to light a splint, and since hydrogen gas is flammable, when we put it in a lit splint into the test tube, we should hear a popping noise. All right, after a couple of minutes, you can see that the hydrogen gas is collected in the test tube. The test tube is a little bit cloudy, so we have to kind of light this on fire to test if there's hydrogen gas in the test tube.
Maybe observe the sound here.
Put it in. Oh, so we can hear that little
Can
high
hear
pitch.
that
That's
pop
the
sound.
presence of hydrogen gas being burned inside this test tube. And that's your single displacement reaction.
Okay, this is the small activity conducted to test whether the metals react with acids or not. You can see that when the metals react with acids, it will release us the H2 gas. H2 gas easily catches the fire, right? This is about the acids. And one more very important property, when the metals react with the base, what will happen? Again, the same thing, when the metal reacts with base, it will again release us the hydrogen gas. Again, same, we can hear the sound, that is the pop sound. There's the best example here. Sodium hydroxide reacts with the zinc to form a sodium zincate, and it will release us the hydrogen gas here. It is a small setup. Again, it is the same as that previously done. But only thing is, in previous experiment, we used acids, and in this experiment, we are using a base one.
Reaction of base with metal. What will happen when base reacts with metals? Let's study this through an activity. We have taken sodium hydroxide solution, zinc granules, and soap solution. Add sodium hydroxide solution to a test tube containing zinc granules and heat the content. You can observe sodium hydroxide reacts with zinc and releases hydrogen gas. To test this gas, we pass it through soap solution using pipe and cork setup. On passing gas, bubbles are formed in the soap solution. Bring a burning matchstick near the surface of the soap solution. You can observe the burning of hydrogen gas with a pop sound. This indicates the presence of hydrogen gas in bubbles. Hence, base react with metal and releases hydrogen gas. However, such reactions are not possible with all metals.
Okay, this is about the one more property of the metals when react with the base one. In exam, they will ask this kind of questions: when the metal react the acids, what is the chemical formula? And when metals react the base, and what is the formula? Most commonly asked question is the reactions of zinc, and sometimes they will ask about the magnesium. Okay, and we will go to the one very important, what are the important usage or uses of metals. First thing is lead is one of the metal. It is mainly used in X-ray machines. And the second is the iron. As we know that it has a wide variety of applications like construction, aeronautical field. In every way we use the iron as the base material. And mercury is always used in a thermocouple. Can anybody tell the mercury is in solid state or liquid state? You can unmute and answer.
Sir, it is
Liquid.
neither solid or liquid, sir.
Actually, it is a
So it's
liquid,
liquid
sir.
state, sir.
it is a liquid state.
Liquid state.
Okay, very good. And gold and silver is always used in making of ornaments or jewelry. And last thing is aluminum. It is mainly used for food processing industries or storage of food particles. These are the advantages or applications of our metals. This is about the metals of physical properties and chemical properties of the metals. Now we will start about the one more topics, that is the introduction to the non-metals and what are their properties, right? Okay, you can see here the material which do not possess characteristics of metals are termed as non-metals. What are these characteristics means, and can anybody tell this? What is this characteristics? What is this characteristics means? What? Anyone? What are the characteristics? What are
Hardness
the...
of metals.
Okay, very good. Then, then only hardness. Okay, actually, when you go for the metals, the almost 90% of the metals are solid. But when you go for the non-metals, it may be sometimes liquid, it may be powder, it may be a solid. It mainly depends upon their properties. But when you go for the metals, almost 90% of the metal, except that is mercury, all metals are solid in nature. But when you go for this one, these materials are you can form a wide variety. It may be a solid, it may be a liquid, it may be a gas type. And this one is the first one. You can see that the carbon luster property. What is luster property? What is luster property? Anyone?
The shining substance.
You can, but actually non-metals are non-lustrous, but except this one, carbon is one of the metal which will shine. But other metals like sulfur, phosphorus, this does not, boron, this is the non-metal, they do not shine or they does not show the lustrous property. This is the sulfur and this one is the phosphorus. Actually, non-metals are exactly opposite to the metals. Right? First thing is very important, that is a non-malleable. What is malleability? The ability of the material can be deformed into sheets. But when you go for the non-metal, it's very difficult. You can see here, non-metals are generally brittle. What is brittle? Anyone?
No idea, sir.
Okay, other than Jyoti, anyone brittle? Anybody? The brittle is nothing but the property of glass. What is the property of glass? I think all of you have glass bottles or glass, what is that? Glass containers.
Yes,
Or
sir.
mirror. Mirror is the best example. Mirror is the glass, right?
Yes, sir.
If something hit on the glass, what will happen?
It will break.
It will break, right? That is the nothing but brittle property. Brittle is nothing but it is a harder. It will what will happen? It will does not withstand the impact loads. That is the brittle property, and there does not be drawn into wires or does not make off of the sheets because they are always in powder form or they are in brittle form. And example for this one is the sulfur, phosphorus. These are non-metals are in form of powder. We cannot beat here. And second very important property we studied about the ductile. Again, non-metals are non-ductile. You cannot draw into wires by using the non-metals. And the next one is the poor conductors of heat and electricity. Because we cannot transfer the electricity with help of the sulfur, we cannot transfer the phosphorus, and we cannot transfer the electricity with help of the carbon. But when you compare the stronger one, very important non-metal is there. It has a shining property. Which material that is except carbon? Anybody seen diamond? I think all of you seen this diamond. Diamond is such a material. It is the non-metal. It has the lustrous property. It's a very important exceptional cases in the non-metals. It is look like a shining color. It is more costlier compared to your gold as well as the silver, because it has a high lustrous property. That is the gold one. And when we studied about the poor conductors of heat and electricity, but when we compare to this in the metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Example, anyone? Which conducts heat and electricity? Metals walaga.
What, sir?
Carbon.
Iron.
Copper wires.
Sir, iron.
Okay, very good. Copper wire, aluminum wire, steel wires. These are the example for the good conductors of electricity. Always they will use carbon. Copper is considered as the good conductors of heat as well as the electricity. Adon the best in pandre ella compare madidra topmost borodanದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು copper is the best example. And second ಬಂದ್ರೆ aluminum, up to that silver, like that it will distribute it. Right? But when you compare to the non-metals, it is a poor conductors of heat and electricity. And non-sonorous. What is this non-sonorous again? What is sonorous property?
Which produces
sounds.
Okay, sonorous property is nothing but when the
Produces
metals are
sound.
stuck to the
Which
stuck to
produces sound, sir.
bringing sound. Very good. But in when you go for this non-metals, does not put the sonorous property. Non-lusters, but exceptional cases in diamond, all other non-metals are there does not possess the lustrous property. And when you compare to the hardness, the metals are always hard, but these properties, these metals are non-metals are softer in nature. However, only one material, that is again carbon. Carbon, diamond is mainly made up of the carbon, hence it is one of the exceptional cases. It is a stronger material compared to other materials. You know what is the application of diamond? Where will use this one? Except ornaments.
Sir, for cutting glass.
Very good. They are mainly used to cut the glass. Whatever the instrument will use to cut the glass, it is made up of the diamond tip. Not complete that instrument. Only that tip is there. That is made up of the diamond. That is one of the very important property. It is a harder material compared to the metals. It's a much harder, but it is a brittle. What is brittle again? What is brittle?
Glass.
What will happen? Diamond again behaves like a glass. If I drop the diamond at a certain height, it will break like a glass. That is another disadvantages because the diamond, that is one of the brittle properties. And after that, we studied about. Okay, this is about the softness of the non-metals. Okay, this is about today's section. That is very important. That is the first thing is the reaction of metals with the acids and the reaction of metals with the base metals. When the metals reacts with the acids, what will happen? It will release just the hydrogen gas and it will produce the byproducts as a metal oxides. When we that is oxygen. It will produces the sodium chloride. That is one of the example. That is they will release some salt-based metals, right? And even same as a base metal, it will byproduct. It will release just the hydrogen gas. We can check in easily, right? This is about ferrous metals, and we studied about the chemical properties of the metals. After that, we studied about the applications of the metals. It's a very important exam. Almost 5 marks question is what are the applications of the metals or applications of the non-metals. Then after that, we studied about the introduction to the non-metals. What is non-metal? It does not possess the characteristics of the metals. Those are termed as non-metals, right? And after that, we studied about the other properties like non-malleability, non-ductility, and lustrous properties, sonorous property, physical properties, color, and these are the some other properties of the metals. Okay, up to this, any doubts for anyone?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, just a minute.
No, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Just a minute, I will share this on. Okay, up to this, any doubts for anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, in exam they will ask the difference between ferrous metal and non-ferrous
No,
metal.
sir.
In exam, they will ask
No
compare.
doubt, sir.
Okay, in exam they will ask compare the properties of metals and non-metals. Now, anybody tell the properties of metals and non-metals? And fast in 30 seconds you have to answer for this one. Can anyone? Anyone? Nobody? Then I think only thing is you not understand, I think.
Sir, I'll tell, sir.
I'm asking the question is the properties wise. For example, let us consider malleability. The metals possesses malleability. Non-metals are non-malleable. Like that ductile. The metal possesses ductility. The non-metals are that does not possess the ductility. Like that we have to answer. There are around 8 properties are there. Make it fast and answer. I think all of you carry the book, right? book ಅದಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಕಡೆ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take your own time for 2 minutes and write. You can answer. Difference between metals and non-metals. Property wise. Metals malleable, non-metals non-malleable, like that. Nana. Over? At least 5 difference. Anyone? Sonorous metals. Aryan, you will tell. Aryan is still busy in writing, and Vijayalakshmi is saying that metals have good conductivity and non-metals are not. Okay. I want at least 5 difference. Make it fast. You can just unmute and speak anyone. Don't make. First, I will ask Aryan.
So metals have ductility and non-metals don't have ductility.
Okay.
Metals have sonorous. Non-metals don't have sonorous.
Okay.
Metals are hard. Non-metals are soft.
Okay.
Metals have luster. Non-metals do not have luster.
Okay.
Metals are malleable. Non-metals are not malleable.
Okay,
That's
Aryan,
all,
very
sir.
good. Okay. Thank you. Just I will ask Chetan. Chetan, are you hearing me? Chetan Hiremat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me the difference, metals and non-metals. At least 2 difference.
Sir, metals have luster and non-metals don't have luster.
Okay. Only 1 difference. It's okay. Jyoti.
Metals have sonorous and non-metals do not have sonorous.
Okay, then.
So metals are good conductors and non-metals are like bad conductors.
Okay, metals are good conductors. These are not good conductors of heat and electricity. What about Nagarjuna Gowda, Nagaraj Gowda?
Metals are shiny and non-metals are dull.
Okay, Nagaraj, what is that property? Which property that is shining? That property is called as what? It is sonorous or lusters? Okay, anybody?
Luster.
Luster,
Luster.
very good.
Luster.
Luster. Okay. Luster. Okay, now we'll ask one more question. I will make a list here. We can just answer. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, now tell me. Malleability is more in which metal? Metals or non-metal?
Metals, sir.
Malleability is more in metals?
Metals.
Metals, sir.
Non-metals.
Metals, sir.
Okay.
Metals.
Second one. Ductility.
Metals.
Metals, sir.
Metals.
Okay. Metals is more. This one is less. Okay, third one. Luster's properties.
Metals.
Metals is more. In this there is
Metals.
luster's property. Very good. And next, sonorous property.
Metals.
Metals shows the sonorous property.
Metals, sir.
Metals.
Does not choose sonorous property. Very good. Then, which metals are hard?
Metals, sir.
Metals. are
Metals.
harder.
Metals, sir.
This one is the less hardened. Okay. Next. Sixth one. Any other comparisons?
Good conductor of electricity.
Which one is good conductors of electricity?
Metals. Metals.
These are the good conductors. These are the
Metals, sir.
not conductors of electricity. Okay, then
Shiny.
Color.
color. Okay, in metals they does not have more colors. When you go for the non-metals, they are possesses the wide variety of the colors. Very good. Then
And shiny in nature.
shining is the luster property already is over, and you can answer up to this one. It is asked for the around 6 to 8 marks in exams.
Sir,
What's the difference between metals and non-metals?
sir, tensile strength.
Sorry,
Tensile strength.
tensile strength is
Density.
more in what?
Metals.
Metals because they possesses ductility and malleability. Right? Metals are good tensile strength but when compared to the non-metals. Compressive strength is more in
boiling point, sir.
melting point and boiling point again more in metals
Yes, sir.
less in the non-metals. Exactly opposite to the metals and non-metals.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
like this. Only thing is how to remember the properties of the metals or the properties of the non-metals. Then we can answer simply.
So compressive strength also, sir.
Right, compressive strength also more in metals, less in
Metals.
exactly opposite it is. Exactly opposite. Right? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No,
Any
sir.
doubt?
No,
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir.
Just a minute.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think all of you remember what is the tomorrow's your task. That is, we have to identify the different metals of what? Metalloids.
Yes, sir.
Metallites.
What is metalloids? Anybody? What is metalloids? Right. Actually, I will tell once again. In periodic table, just mute. Sorry, just mute. That is Jyoti. Okay, one more Aryan. Vijay Lakshmi, just mute. I will tell. Okay, thank you. Okay, actually, in periodic table, it consisting of 3 major substances. One is the metals, second one is non-metals, and third one is the metalloids. These are the 3 groups. One is metals, non-metals, and that's the metalloids. Almost around 80%, that is around 75 to 80% it is the metals in periodic table, and around the 20% it is the non-metals, and left 5% or 10% it is out of the metalloids. The metalloids are nothing but which possesses both characteristics of metals as well as the non-metals. Oh, metallo anak barangla nanaga, non-metallo anak barangla. Those are called as metalloids. Okay, we have to. Okay, sorry, there is no power here. That is hence it is a dark. Varun. Okay,
sir.
you have to come up this one tomorrow. Hope I think all of you cleared any doubts we have. We can ask. This is our doubt section.
No, sir, it's cleared.
Okay.
Clear, sir. No doubt, sir.
Okay, tomorrow once again I will ask the question. If you does not ask means it's difficult again. I'll start once again. Okay,
Okay, sir.
to answer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Tomorrow I will ask the questions. We have to come up with the metalloids.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And also one more thing, we have to come up with the applications of non-metals. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your valuable class, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, my name is Maniraj, sir.
Okay, here it is showing Chetan. That's why I'm sure that Chetan. What is your name? Is Maniraj, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. My brother's name is Chetan, sir.
Okay.
He is now 10th, sir.
Maniraj, okay.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay. Bye. Good day.